So recently, I got into it with one of the theists on my YouTube page and with some people on Facebook regarding atheism and the theistic basis for morality. I thought that I and a bunch of other people had already dealt with this in a bunch of videos about morality without theism, but apparently, some of these popular theistic arguments need to be dealt with again, and need to be dealt with in such a way as to show why they are really crappy arguments. So there are a couple issues I hope to address regarding theistic morality. One, the claim that theistic morality is objective. Two, the claim that non believers need to steal morality from theism. Three, the claim that theistic morality serves as a stable opposing force to the shifting sands of moral relativism. Dun dun dun. And four, the idea that authoritarian theism gives us a rationally evaluated system of ethics. Okay, first point. Theists often claim that the only way we can have objective morality is for it to come from a transcendent, i.e., divine being. The claim is that if there is no God, then all moral judgments and claims are just opinions. But here's the problem. In order for something to be objective by definition, it must be mind independent. If it is true that morality comes from divine fiat or a commandment, it is not objective, it is subjective because it comes from a sentient mind's opinion. A divine one, yes, but a mind nonetheless. What's more, the classical apologetic argument that many believers make that a moral claim can only be supported if a significantly transcendent being approves of it traps their own God in these requirements. If we follow the logic, then this God itself then needs a being that transcends itself to support or justify its moral claims, and we get a problem of infinite regress, somewhat similar to the one that plagues the popular first cause teleological argument. On the other side, if the theist responds with the idea that their God needs no transcendent being or authority to support its ideas about morality because there is nobody who supersedes it, then again, that argument falls flat. Because if the opinions of many atheists, particularly we secular humanists, is valid, then there is no transcendent entity that supersedes humanity, and thus we collectively decide what is moral through evidence-based reasoning, logic, group preservation, empathy, and what does the most benefit to the most individuals. Now, I'm personally not an absolutist, and I don't necessarily think that things are as black and white as many believers do, but there are some atheists who are more inclined to lean this way. Sam Harris comes to mind. That being said, I will go even further in saying that if such a thing like objective morality does indeed exist, then the closest we are going to get to it is by evaluating the world through a way of thinking that does not require faith or appeals to discerning the will of an inaudible, invisible, intangible being. But observation and study of the world as it appears to be would be a way that we could probably look to evaluate this. In other words, something like the scientific method that attempts to remove human biases and personal beliefs as much as possible and focuses on what effects an action or inaction has on the world around us. Part B is going to deal with the claim that non-believers must steal morality from theistic beliefs in order to have a moral system.